Welcome to Vendor Vision Podcast. I'm your host, Britt AKA with 5150. This episode is sponsored by Liberty Tax Services. You got about how many more days left? Not many. I don't do math, so
I
whatever.
think it's the 12th, isn't it?
Today's the 8th.
I know, but I mean the 12th is the deadline, or the 15th.
15th.
15th is the deadline?
Yes. So math. That you have that many days to get your stuff together if you still need your taxes done. 7.
Yeah.
Yay.
7 more days.
7 more days. 1 whole week, guys, to get your shiznit together.
Right.
Right now, I'd like to introduce one of the production managers, because that's what I call you guys. I call him Chris, but Agent Zero is here to discuss some stuff before we have our guest of honor come in a little bit. So without further ado, talk to people.
Thanks, Britt. Hey, so what's up, guys? I know it's a little early for me to be out here doing the thing, man, but thank you for inviting me onto the show tonight. I just want to talk a little bit about some stuff that we have going on as a production company as a whole. First of all, we got the 420 coming up, which is a real big event for us this year. It's our first time actually being involved with the Arizona Super Show as a podcast crew. So big things going to be happening and that day. We still have tickets available. If anybody needs tickets, the prices did go up to $45 each. Unfortunately, that's not my choice, but that's a choice that was made. So don't call me or message me. Can I still get them for $40? No, you can't get them for $40, man. They're $45. No homie hookup, no holding them, no nothing. It's $45 each. And a little bit more about the 420, man. This year they're bringing out the RC class with their the new RC city that they had at the Civic Center and stuff. So that'll be out there. See what else. Oh yeah, Light Ride Podcast. Productions will be in the VIP booth, VIP area, known as at this point it's known as the Live Ride Lounge. We're gonna be talking to some of the performers and stuff, interviewing some of you guys out there, taking pictures and everything. So come out, say hi, say what's up, take some pictures. Maybe get some free gear or something like that. We got some shirts that we're gonna be throwing out to the audience and stuff. After that, after the 20th, June 1st, we got our 1-year celebration. It's gonna be a nice turnout, man. We got the car hop sponsored by Smiley's Customs. We got Casual Image that's helping us out. They're doing their thing, helping us put it together and everything like that. We got, of course, ourselves. They're putting it together. It's gonna be on 17th Avenue and McDowell at 1705 West McDowell Road at the stadium. It's gonna be the hop is gonna be there. Also, we got food vendors. We're gonna have our DJ Spinja out there, spitting out the tunes. With this badass setup that he has. Stop by and check him out. Say hi. He's real cool and friendly. Request some songs. And then registration is online. Registrate early. They're $25 for cars and trucks, $15 for bicycles, or $15 for motorcycles. I believe it's $15 for bikes, or $10 for bikes. RCs are also $10, I believe, also. We also do have the RC class there for the celebration also. So register early. The first 10 registries will get a grab bag full of gear and some other stuff that we have coming to that event. So once we get started, and the first 10, like I said, register online, and then we'll get your names in, and we'll get the backpack. It's a drawstring backpack full of gear and some other items and stuff from different sponsors and vendors that are going to be out there also. A few surprises and stuff we have coming. There's going to be games. There's going to be raffles, obviously music, food, and a whole lot of people. We're expecting a whole lot of people.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on. So I know this is my first time on this side of the mic. So tell me a little bit about what the premise of the show and stuff is. What we doing here?
So basically, it's just a platform for vendors, small business owners, people who are involved with events around the community to basically promote themselves, events that are coming up that they're a part of, movements that they are a part of. Kind of give people like tips and tricks and like behind the scenes, information about what it's like to be a vendor at these events or a sponsor or any kind of actually working the event itself in some form or another.
Right.
And yeah, I just brainstormed on like, podcast ideas, and I felt like being a small business owner and a food truck owner and someone that, prides myself on event planning, got my certificate and everything, that I just felt like this would be
Certificate
good.
for event planning?
Certified.
Yeah.
Thanks to COVID. That's what I did in my spare time, since I couldn't actually throw events. I just
Really
got professional.
learn how to plan for them.
Yup.
Right on. That's cool shit. Yeah, that's badass, man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm excited because my skills let me be part of your guys' Super Show Lounge thing, which I'm super, super pumped about. I just found out that Gordy, who I interviewed, 2 podcasts ago, is actually going to be performing. I guess there's a stage outside.
Yeah, there's 2 stages with the main stage inside where the hop and everything is going to be. Then they also have a big, gigantic area outside. It's like a whole nother car show by itself.
Snap.
It's huge, man.
That's dope.
I don't know if you've been to one before, but
Other than the one I went with you guys, but I don't think it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, this one is 4 times as big.
Holy moly, that's big too.
It literally takes you all day to get through it, and you might even miss some things. Yeah, it's huge, man. Every year it seems to get bigger and bigger, and they happen to be our sponsor this year for the Live Ride podcast and the production. So thank you guys for being a sponsor for us, Arizona Super Show. We appreciate it.
Their banner's covered right now, but you're there. It's
Yeah.
here.
So, what would tell new vendors that need network or more events? Get with this girl right here. Just plain and simple. Just get with her.
Yeah.
She'll help you out.
What would you tell vendors when they want to try to
Hey man, I'm just reading off the screen.
Like, what do you mean?
Okay. Oh, I went
I
away.
didn't explain to you. What would you tell me if I'm a new vendor trying to be out there?
Right.
That you gotta be professional. You gotta be on time. You gotta pay your dues. You gotta know people. It helps if you know people. You don't have to, but it helps to have somebody vouch for you.
Right.
And just be prepared as much as you can be. Ask all the questions you need to in order to get prepared. And just show up and support others, whether it's if you're a food truck, we always like to barter with other food trucks and stuff and try each other's food, promote, take pictures, all that fun stuff. When it comes to like merch, like for instance, that OG Chunky Chola that was at one of our kickbacks on when was this? March 23rd. She gave me earrings and a matching necklace, and in trade for some tamales. So I like that a lot, and I earns you a really good favor and the premium spots. I'm just saying, at least when it comes to our events.
Damn, like that.
Yeah.
That's cool shit.
Yep.
So if they were to get involved, or vendors, I know some of them probably. If I decided to do a vendor, what would be the one recommendation that you'd say?
If you decided to be like out of nowhere,
just want to, hey, I want to sell hot dogs.
Oof. I'd say, well, what makes you special? What makes you stand out from other hot dog vendors?
I use clean water.
You should always use clean water. Gross. We only have certified vendors.
I cook my hot dogs thoroughly. That's
How
it.
do you have proof with
100% all beef.
That's
according to the package.
According
to the package.
I hope you open up at the event.
Damn well we ain't, they'll eat 100% beef or some type of beef.
I don't want to know what hot dogs are really truly made out of. I've seen like a little bit of snippets on like TikTok of like what they do to chickens and stuff, and I'm just like not about that life.
No
I don't
nuggets.
Know.
You don't like nuggets?
I do, but I don't want to know that part of the nugget history. I don't need to know that in order to eat it.
That's crazy shit.
And I'm not trying to be. I cannot I'm not cut out to be vegan or vegetarian or anything like that. Like I need my protein.
You need your protein.
Yes.
Not just lettuce and vegetables and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't like many vegetables anyway, so I would literally like starve to death if that's what I could eat. I am not a rabbit. But yeah, I think it's important that you are passionate about what you are trying to bring to the community as well. I think that, you do have to try things out. If you have an idea, just kind of realize, is it business worthy or is it just a hobby? Price points are big if you're selling things. You don't want to undercut yourself, but you also don't want to gouge people because you won't be selling that much of anything because people like to haggle, so just be prepared for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's see, what else could I tip? Just always be professional. There's always gonna be drama. You're always gonna forget something at home, and if you work with your significant other or your family member, just try to keep your shit together in front of customers because you never know. Everybody's always on their phone. You never know who's recording, and you don't want to look bad because you had like a little moment of anger or
Right.
that you don't normally act
Throwing
like that.
food around or something.
Well, that or cussing or saying anything appropriate. Just always act like your mom's watching or something. If you don't have a mom, then your dad. Or if you don't have a mom or dad, then your grandma or your somebody. Or your preacher or whoever the hell. Someone you don't want to look bad in front of. Just always pretend they're always watching you, and then you don't have anything to worry about.
That's good one. That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. Because I've seen it numerous times where I see people recording and like someone's like, especially with food, like everybody's like prepping and trying to get this order out and get right. So they're not like they're in the zone, not realizing there's like 4 people watching them on their phones, tagging, doing lives, all that stuff. So it just always is important to like pay attention. And if you can't pay attention, have someone pay attention for you.
Right.
I definitely would not recommend doing it by yourself. Have at least one person with you, even if it's your kid. I tend to prefer children, not like, child labor or anything like that, but you give them something to do. They learn a new skill. They feel important. Even teenagers, like they'll be like, oh, I got to work this event. I feel special, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And, it helps because like when you have to go to the bathroom or like if you want to get some food or whatever, or if you're having a little moment and you're overwhelmed to just be able to take a break because someone's watching your stuff. You don't have to worry about anybody stealing anything, whatever. Like, for instance, like when I've caught up on things, I go around to all the vendors and ask them if they need a bathroom break or if they need anything. Like, did you run out of napkins? Did you run out of this? So, I mean, it's all about just helping each other out.
So you're like the vendor mom kind of.
I mean,
you're a vendor mom.
I have that like role. I don't know. I always take over that mom role, but it's just because I don't like how I feel when I'm like floundering. Like it's not a good feeling. So like I try to put out what I want in return. I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah, karma. It doesn't always work, unfortunately, but I try my hardest to like. I know how I felt. I know I've been there. So it's like. If I can make someone's day like easier or not moment easier because I can see it from across the room that shit's about to go down, I'll be like, bring it to the rescue. Just because, I would appreciate that.
That's cool, man. Mm-hmm. Do you participate in the food trucks when they meet up and stuff like in different areas? Do you guys ever go out there?
We used to do that Tuesday thing that what was that Mr. Nice Ice does. On Tuesdays, I think that's. Oh my gosh, sorry. I know him and I know his wife, but there's so many people that have similar names or like, their one name, but then like their business is called something else, and then they have maybe 2 Instagram pages that maybe the wife runs that. So it's like there's a lot of stuff going on with that. But there's like a thing on Tuesday where it's like kind of for like I don't know if you call them rice walk. What's the one? Not the cars that are lowriders, but the vroom, vroom ones. Like
imports.
Yeah, they're kind of like meetups for that, which, I mean, to each their own. It's not my style. They're loud. They backfire and sound like I'm going to get shot, and I'm not about that life. Like, and I just like cruising music, and I just like chillness. I'm uppity. As you could tell, I'm very like, so funny. You're lucky I'm talking slow for once because I'm tired of people making fun of me about how fast I talk, which I don't.
Why would they make fun of you if you don't talk fast?
Because it's not my fault they listen slow. If you listen faster, I wouldn't have to.
You listen slow.
Yes. It's okay.
You listen slow.
I will tell the backstory about why I talk fast if everyone wants to hear it, because # childhood trauma warning. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like okay, you have kids, right?
One
kid, right? How, yes. If you don't mind.
29.
Okay, so you've been through the whole school phase, yes. Right? That's my point of asking. So normally when your kids come home from school or you're home for work, usually the question is like, oh, how was your day? What happened at school today? What happened at work? Normal questions that parents ask their children. Well, my mom had like apparently like an attention span of a goldfish. So even though she tried to act like she was interested, she really wasn't. And you had about 30 seconds to tell her about your 8-hour day or tell her a story or whatever the case may be. And if you didn't, she'd go and make this gesture of like, oh, wrap it up, hurry up, speed it up, da da da. So I used to talk normal like everybody else, but then after years of that, I just got used to it. And I'm also an overshare because my mom would make me tell her every move I made when I was away from the house. So I tend to say every detail of everything I do.
Like play by play? Play
by play, literally. So when you're very detailed like that, you kind of have to speed it up or else you really are going to lose people's interest. Sometimes, I do say some very interesting stuff, but I also have ADHD, so sometimes I have to go on my like side stories while I'm telling the main story because there's a point to it, and I will get back to it. Luckily, I have a good memory. But yeah, that's what I talk about.
So what was the main point of that story?
To talk about how fast I freaking talk and why I talk that fast, and I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're so funny.
Uh,
What? What? You talk at 5150.
5,150 miles per
No, it's
hour.
5150. Fool, that's me.
I know. But
Miles per hour. Yeah, but you get like that too, Miss Thing. So I don't want to hear it. Especially, she'll do this thing. Like, I know Spanish, but not pretend, but I don't like speaking it. I can definitely understand it. Well, this one speaks Spanglish, and when she speaks Spanish, she goes, and like, talks just as fast as I do, and in Spanish. And I still understand that shit. Now I'm judged. But, that's how it is. But no one says anything when Spanish speakers speak Spanish. They talk ridiculously
it
fast.
just sounds fast, but it's really not.
Yeah, exactly.
It just sounds fast.
That's how I feel. And like, it takes a lot. Like right now, it's literally killing me to talk this slow. And I'm sure for some people, it's not that slow. But it's like, and I get annoyed with myself hearing myself talk this long. I'm just like, spit it out. We could talk faster. Wrap it up.
And you're on a podcast and you don't like to hear yourself talk?
No, I got kind of tricked into this. I didn't know what I was trying to be helpful and be part of it and like give ideas and be like the back team person. And all of a sudden Mike's like, so you want to host it? And I was like, what? I guess. So I'll try it out. Yeah.
You're the one that pitched the idea.
I did. Because he said, looking for people to look for a new podcast. I pitched him like 5 ideas. And we broke it down.
And you're stuck.
No. And I was like, he's like, oh, I really like that one. I'm like, yeah, it's really good. And I knew a lot of people that could get on the show. So I thought was going to be another segment for you guys. And then voila.
He sounded like the dry ice commercial.
What the freak? The guy that the freaking clear, isn't it Clear Eyes?
Bueller.
See, that's what I feel like. That's what I hear in my brain when I have to go slow. Even though I know I'm not that slow, but considering how fast I want to talk, it is that slow in my brain.
You should have been an auctioneer.
I don't talk that fast. I can, but I'd start stuttering.
You're there.
No.
You're there.
No. Because I start stuttering. That's another reason why I talk fast too. Because I'll stutter. Because I'm nervous anyways. So if I can't just go 0 to 60 and like I hesitate too much, I'm gonna be like today, Junior. Oh, thanks, Drea. I love her. I'm trying to get her on the show. She does amazing cakes. She's done stuff for my birthday almost every year, but this year because this year didn't exist as a birthday. It's like the anti-birthday club. She always makes me cheesecake or something with unicorns.
Don't feel bad. I turned 50 this year and we didn't do nothing.
Why not? I'm really big about people's birthdays. Like
50. I turned 50 this year.
That's great. I told you that we're supposed to have midget strippers.
Strippers?
That was my idea for your party.
Midget strippers? No,
yeah.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Save that for your okay, cool. As long as I get to do that, someone's gonna get it done.
Me and my wife, we went to the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's something.
Well, yeah, but I mean, not like a 50 party or anything like that.
Did you say that you wanted that, or did you say I don't want anything to be done?
No, so in my family, it's just me and my wife and my daughter and my grandson now. Okay, we have to plan our own parties. No, you're not supposed to plan your party.
I agree, but
you're not supposed to plan your party.
I know.
I wake up one morning, they're like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I'm like, "I don't know." Well, what are you gonna do for your birthday, Dad? I don't know. Hopefully, you guys have something planned. I don't know. So I mean,
would you let them know, like if you're in the mood? Because sometimes, yes, you have to give. Like me, for instance, I'm all about other people's birthdays, and I would prefer if I didn't have to plan my own birthday. But if I didn't plan it, nothing would happen. Hence, this year, nothing happened. Yeah. So when I know it's somebody's birthday and they actually do want to do something, I say, okay, what are you in the mood for? Would you rather do it on the weekend, on a weeknight?
Right.
Like what time frame?
Thank you.
Yeah. And then I say, like, okay, do you want like an intimate party? Do you want like a big shindig? Do you want to like a surprise?
Right.
Because I start asking like a month in advance because that's what I do. Because then I hope that whatever you did tell me, you kind of forget about. And then so I kind of can surprise you. Like, for instance, Drea, she was on here. Or Drea, I'll bring cheesecake when I make it on. Yeah. Yes. She is the best. I swear. And she also, I don't know if I can say it. I think I can say it on the podcast. She has a company with her cousin where they can medicate. Items. They do really good
infuse.
Candy. Yes, infuse. There we go. That's what I was saying.
Infuse.
Aliens on! Oh my god! Okay, so that's Christina. Sorry, fangirled. That's Christina, aka Alien. At Soul. That's her Instagram. Shout out to you.
Which one's Christina?
I
just say it. I just say you said that's Christina. There's two in the picture.
Sorry, I can't see. You know how my glasses on?
Want to borrow mine?
I think she. Well. It could be in the green one, but I can't see your face. It's too small. Christina, sorry. I mean, it could be both. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if she like infused her pictures together. Okay, when and where are the next events coming up in Arizona? Do you plan to stay local or metro? Yeah, I'm not going nowhere. We have had a lot of requests to go to California and Texas, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But you never know. I know that when I did my business, which Christina, that's how I met her, was in the MJ community, and I went to Las Vegas, which is like a big convention for like smoke shop people and glass blowers and all that fun stuff. I always wanted to. Nice. I had a friend that was like, she had a phobia for them. And it was awesome to see her.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gordy, I was just giving you a shout out earlier about your performance that's going to be on the outside stage at the Super Show.
Nice.
Ooh, and I'll talk about it off camera because I propositioned him to like, do a little
exclusive.
Yes, because he came out with this amazing song. I played it. He sent me 2 songs. One that he made for his wife, which is amazing because he sung instead of just rapped. Our star is here. And then the other one sounds like it's a remake. I forgot what song is it, but it's like remake. But it literally, like, I can totally envision like Lowriders and like a Sunday afternoon type vibe. So I think that you and him should put your cars in his video in order for him to get inside the Super Show since he has to stay outside. And you can be featured.
Maybe.
Be in a music video. Like
Maybe.
a gangsta.
Maybe.
That's what I promised you. Exactly.
We'll
so I'm like,
we'll
not promising anything.
I ain't never gonna say no.
See? She's alien.
She said she's an alien.
Mm-hmm. She's amazing. She's an entrepreneur. She's a badass biatch.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would not mess with her. She's tiny as shit, but she's fiery. Like 100%. Like, low-key scared of her, but for all the right reasons. So, shout out to Aileen.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
She's a hustler.
Yeah? Well, get on the show then. Shit.
She's in Virginia. She used to be in Arizona.
We can remote. We do remotes.
Maybe. She'd definitely be worth it.
We do remote.
We'll see.
Yeah, get a remote.
She's a very busy person. I have to make sure I can.
She's making time for you tonight.
Of course, because I told her, and she's my buddy. She's my like emotional support bestie right now. We're going through some shit. So
she listens to you talk all night.
Yes, she can. She gets me. She vibes because I said Bazinga the other day, and I totally made her happy.
Bazinga, Sheldon.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's amazing. All right then, kiddos. Well, it was nice talking with you, but
no, was
the
it?
star
Don't
is
lie.
here.
Don't lie.
Yeah, she's me funny the whole time.
Real quick, one more shout out. April 20th, 420 Arizona Super Show. Make sure you come out and see us. June 1st is gonna be our 1-year celebration. Make sure you register online at network.com. Get the registrations early. The first 10 people to register their cars get a free drawstring backpack full of goodies. And hope to see you guys out there, man. And it was fun tonight. Thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys at the shows. Both shows.
All the shows.
Yeah.
Hey. Are we doing a commercial? Or no? Yeah. Going to commercial. All right, and we're back. Okay, hopefully you guys stayed and you're interested because we have our guest here with us. His name is Nicholas Lopez, AKA Wait, Wows. I freaking asked him like 3 times how to say it. AKA East Valley Pay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We'll link all his profiles in the description when we post this. I met him through doing events with Gordy, who was on the episode, not this last one, but the one before that, with the Kickback and Cruise. I did not know you were a performer as well. I thought you were just being all sneaky with your little picture taking skills and your reel making skills, but I saw you perform and it was amazing. So congratulations and good job.
That was actually one of the first shows that
Really?
I performed with when he actually started up that movement with the Most Wanted Kickback and Cruise. He actually invited me out there to go open up for it, and it was just like a random call that shout out to Gordy that he gave me, you know.
Got talking to the mic, sorry.
My fault.
People are interested. Probably need to too, actually, that I'm talking about, but I'm loud, so. Okay, go ahead, sorry. You got in it, yours one of your first performances, you said?
Pretty much, like when shout out to Gordy and Most Wanted Familia, when they actually started that movement with G First Studios, they actually Gordy actually called me and gave me the little rundown about it, and he actually invited me to go to open up for them. So I want to say that day we opened up on January 3rd. That was it was that day where I really opened up. At first, you know, just like everything starting up, it gets small, you know, but to 3 to 4 shows in, like it just keeps getting better and better, you know.
Yeah, even with the rain, like the last one got it kind of not really rained out, but like
a little sprinkle
here and there, like on and off, but no one left, and everybody just, and even more people came towards the end, so that was dope. And it's really cool because like I know that Arizona doesn't have a lot of like a scene or whatever when it comes to artists and whatnot, and they always talk about like how, you know, oh, no one's ever made it from Arizona, so that's why another reason why I wanted to be involved with Gordy and that, because you guys are all so talented, and it's like we get like that's a perk for us as vendors to like be able to see you guys perform. Like were you at the last one that we did?
I was not.
Oh man, you missed it. The first like opening act, I guess you say, was this guy. It was his very first performance, and he did like this like eclectic, I don't know, like kind of like what's that guy's name? That one dude, the guitar. It's like a Mexican folkloric type of singer. The one that got like kind of like not Chente, but the other one. What's the one that got shot at the event, or like as he was performing, or like right after he got that note?
Oh,
can't think of his name. That dude. You guys know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was it was pretty much like a death note that he got. And he said if he performed, like,
So it was like that. Like he spoke Spanish and like it had that like vibe, but then all of a sudden he like rapped as well, and it just like flowed so well, and it was so amazing to listen to. And then afterwards, because everybody was like blown away.
Like you're not expecting that.
No, because you know we were kind of used to the same type of. I mean, even though it is different performers for the most part every time, like everybody's pretty much a rapper for the most part, and so he kind of has that type of music. But with him, even though he did rap a little bit, like him playing the guitar himself, and like we found out it was his very first performance ever, and he killed it. Like pretty sure standing ovation status. Like he should be at every show.
It just shows how much talent that you really have at those.
Right.
How much talent you really have at those shows. You know, like. People sleep on us, you know, so like when they actually go over there and you're actually looking for like a new talent, those are like the great areas to actually go over there to really go greet people that are really up and coming in the valley, you know. But those shows actually be amazing, man. Like,
yeah,
really, for real,
and you guys do a really good job, not only promoting yourself and making sure that your followers know where you're going to be so they can see you, since you guys don't get a lot of opportunities to like perform at a big crowd, and because you guys have other things to offer like the vendors and the food and all that fun stuff, that like it's just a good vibe overall to be able to see you guys get along. Like everybody gets along, there's no drama, no nothing. And then you guys promote the event itself too by promoting like that you're going to be there and everything. Like he did a great job with the flyer. Everybody should do that. You know, because it helps. Helping us helps you, you know what I mean? So it's like we want you to benefit. Like
it's like we build off of one another. You know, like you help me, I help you, type of thing. You know, because it's kind of like when you're coming up in this kind of like environment, it's pretty much like it depends how you build relationships. You know, like I find it a good way to build relationships. Like if we plan something together, it can't just be one way and one
Exactly.
way out. Like we
Yes.
both got to make an effort to really do
Exactly.
something about it.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand that. Now, I'll propose-
Yeah.
So that's a vendor tip. I should have like a little. I'm gonna maybe do that from now on during the thing. You just give me a good idea that like when someone says something like that, like a vendor tip, like vendor tip of the day, freaking have some mutual freaking beneficial association there. You know, don't be selfish and follow through. If you say you're gonna do something, do it
Do
because
it.
you know that's how.
Because your word is everything.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. Good little teaching moment.
Mm.
Like, you know how that rainbow thing? Do you know?
Oh.
For those old people, like that rainbow, like the more you know.
Oh
When
yeah.
it pops up, yeah. Like I need something like that for
With the
podcast.
little star at the
Yes,
end.
exactly. Like I think that would be beneficial because that's I try to make a point to the
Mhm.
camera every time someone says something. I'm just like, by the way, blah 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 blah. You know, because like that's what I wanted from this podcast is to, you know, have people like you where you're in different areas of an event, so you know the behind the scenes better than
Yeah.
anybody. I feel like because you get to capture it with your handy dandy camera,
You know.
but you also know how it feels like to be like featured in it. You know, you can be behind the scenes and featured and know from both roles, and like that's stuff that people can't just learn without experiencing it. So if people are interested, they can hear your stories and be like, that's not for me, or like, oh, that sounds like totally something I can do. So
Yeah.
I think that's important. So since you were prepared for these questions,
You know.
that's another thing too. I asked people's questions. He's like, do I need to do anything? And I was like, I got you. So he can be prepared. So he doesn't be like, oh, I don't know, So we bring quality content to the podcast. So I appreciate you.
Oh,
So since I'm talking too much as it is. So speaking of tips and tricks, what is the best and worst moment as a photographer or as an artist? You can speak on either one.
All right, hold up. Hold up real quick. Hold up. I don't know.
That's a crazy noise.
I already had this question on log,
Did you write it down? That's adorable.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Oh, that's
like,
amazing.
I was really trying to come prepared with this,
That's good. That shows professionalism, and not a lot of people act like that. And I, for one, appreciate because I'm extra as fuck. So, like, I literally have my notes here. I have a screen here for my intro. Like, I got them doing sign language to me behind the camera.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a whole team to make me look somewhat professional and decent.
I love staying prepared, So like, cause I don't really not saying I want to look like a fool, but like I like to know what I'm getting myself into,
Same. Yep.
But there's a lot of moments I can recall, whether that's being shown love by the people from my city or just not remembering my lyrics at all,
Mm-hmm.
But the best moment I can honestly say is when I did the show in Chandler at Royal Face Barbershop with Most Wanted Kickback.
It's kind of
Most Wanted Familia, right?
Mhm.
With Gordy, shout out Gordy,
Mhm.
and shout out Royal Fades. So when I say that was my best moment, it was to the point when I was actually on a bus and I got a call by Gordy and he told me like a little show idea.
Mhm.
He was asking me for barbers, right? And luckily for me, I already had like a good list of barbers in my hand,
Mhm.
And he ended up telling me his idea. I gave him the barber's name,
Mhm.
and he said he was looking for a shop.
Mhm.
So when he gave me the opportunity and the responsibility to go help him look for one, I already had my eyes on one, and that was Royal Face Barbershop. Because in Chandler's small, right? It's like I guess I could say it's kind of like the smallest city up in the East Valley,
Mhm.
but for it being so small, Royal Face's barbershop is kind of like in the heart of it. So everybody who lives in Chandler know of that barbershop. So I just thought of the idea like, hey, like, why not throw an event right there?
Mhm.
Like it got a good piece of land right there where you can park your lowriders, the little vendors right there and everything. And it shows us publicity and it shows them publicity too. Like if we want to give back to our community, that's a perfect spot to do it because everybody knows that spot. Everybody wants a fresh haircut,
Right.
So like, why not do it right there?
Mhm. That's smart.
So that being my best moment, only because it actually, like you said, like when you're behind the scenes of everything, I actually seen it start and get all the way, like get from start to finish. I seen it all. Because the moment that I found out it was a go, that's when I just went straight to work with the video promoted and talking to random people on the street, letting them know like, yo, like pull up right here. Because I wanted the whole city to pull up, like that was actually one show that I took to heart, not only because I was performing, but I have friends who was actually working into the barbershop. Like we're looked kind of differently upon other figures, you know what I'm saying? Because like they see us differently through a piece of paper, you know, but
Yeah.
in this way, it was our actions speaking louder than
Right.
our words
Yep.
to let them know, like, yo, like we're giving back to our community now. Like
Mhm.
whatever you think of us or whatever that piece of paper says, like that
Mhm.
doesn't define who we really are, you know.
Facts. That's amazing, and it's awesome that Gordy again killed it with his idea, and
You
I
know?
totally get what you're saying.
Mhm.
Christina says that's what's up, man. Because you know she's all about like she's such a big supporter. Like she's
Mhm.
trusted me helping her with her business. What she was trying to do. What was that? Hold on, I know what it is. It's some badass freaking name. Something about what's that? Like it starts with a B, and it's like a building type thing. A bodega.
Yeah.
She's gonna be on her with like Bodega Mama, something like that. Is that what your name was? But she entrusted me with helping her with like a logo and like
Mhm.
making it all professional and stuff. And I just was so like honored to like help her out because she is such a boss. Just like Gordy's so good at events. Like I love working with him. That's why we'll never say no because for like you know, most people think, you know, girls are the detailed ones, guys kind of just like coast and let the
We're
females.
just there to be there.
Yes. But he is so different where he has an idea,
Mhm.
he hits up clearly the right people, me, you,
You know?
to be involved with his idea because
Mhm.
he trusts us and he sees our strengths. And then we are who he thinks we are, which is the people that he wants to help him out. And
You
like,
know?
and so he allows us to shine and be involved in something big. And then he benefits from it too, because now his event's going well. He has the right people in place. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. He can trust us. We can trust him. And so far, so good with everything. And I know
So
that
far.
he's really happy about that event. Yo Mama's Bodega. See, I knew it. I had like 2 or 3, but it's super awesome. But yeah. And she didn't even help. I know she could do it herself, but like just, you know, even though we know what we're doing, just like, you know, as a photographer, right? I know I've seen you can definitely take pictures, but that doesn't mean that like if a photographer that's also there, because you know, there's plenty of people that think they're photographers and then actually are photographers. Like there's no reason why you guys can't like share like, you know, tips and tricks with each other, or
Yeah.
like if someone forgot a battery or whatever to help each other out. Like it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with like friendly competition, but there's a difference between competing with someone and sabotaging someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like, to me, I wouldn't, even if somebody had like a better product than somebody that had like basically the same thing, if they are like doing things like shady or like undercutting somebody on purpose just because they want the sale or whatever, like I'd rather pay more and get the exact same thing from that good person that isn't acting like that and just is there just to be there and sell their stuff, and you buy it, cool. If you're not, no big deal.
Cause shout out to SLG Photography, right? Cause the first show that I performed at, like funny thing about it, I just seen the spot on the roof, right? And I was just like, all right, then I'm gonna go up there real quick, climb me up there real quick, get a boost from my homie real quick, get up there on that roof, take a little picture. And here comes SLG Photography, right? He comes up to me, he's like, hey, little homie, you think you could snag a couple pictures of me for me real quick? And I was like, yeah, no problem. Well, got the pictures, came back down, right? And it was at that moment where we kind of clicked with each other, because like I helped him out, right? And in my head, I was just like, all right, then, like, again, it's not like it was like I wasn't expecting nothing, but I was just like, all right, then maybe you could help me out. Like since I'm performing, you take pictures, like, yo, like snap a couple pictures of me real quick while I perform. It was just like, again, like it was like it takes 2 to tangle, you know, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
there's a give
saying?
and take there, you know.
And the relationship was genuine too. So like the thing is, like, I love when relationships are genuine, you know, like if you just go in there with a genuine heart, like not expecting nothing in return, you know, it'll come back to you 10 times more better, you know what I'm saying? But the thing when it comes to this type of things, I try not to respect nothing in return. That's why I kind of started up the East Valley page, because I had a lot of friends that were barbers, artists, producers, podcasters, etc. You know, and I asked myself one day, I was just like, what can I do genuinely to help their talents get out there so people could recognize them, whether that is helping with their small businesses or their clientele to go up. And it was just mostly towards my barbers that my friends who cut hair, because when I say they cut hair good, like I wanted people to see them and them go to them so they could cut them up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it got to the point where I created the page and I started to like I started to go on their Instagram pages, post them on my story, tag their Instagram and everything like that, right? they will take notice upon it, and they'll end up complimenting me on it, showing me love, saying like, "Yo, good looking out," for like shouting me out. But me personally, it wasn't really enough for me. It was just like, all right, then, like, this is just one step into it, but how can I make it even more official? And again, when that first show came out, that's when Gordy gave me the opportunity to actually like kind of expand, you know? So not only was I promoting barbers now here I am going to these shows, performing. Then afterwards, I'll continue to stay working, get on my camera, record the artists now. Then now here I am getting like a little brief little interview with them, recording them like, yo, shout out your music, you know, put your Instagram in there, and like I'll make sure to post it. And all the now these Arizona artists coming up, they'll actually compliment me on it, you know. They'll just be like, yo, like this for real dope, you know. So it was just like all the way around, it was genuine. It was helping me help them, and at the same time we're both growing together, you know. So like,
and at the ones I did with SAOG, the one, because you actually interviewed the vendors too at the events. And that's I saw all of a sudden I see freaking JP's face like right there, like talking about
shout
our
out Prison
food cart.
Pods, man.
And I was like, what? When did this happen? Because you know, like we're always by the booths all the time. So when I saw that and how great you did, like that was a different type. Even though he's done interviews, and people like he's been interviewed by the news and like you know people on their lives and stuff like that. But like the amount of like. Which it was only like a few. It wasn't too long. Like
it wasn't too long.
Like, I don't know, what, 10,
like 30
50,
seconds.
30, yeah, 30,
maybe
no
a
more
minute,
than 30. Yeah,
you know?
no more than like 30 seconds to a minute or whatever. But like the quality and like how much like traction we got from that, just from that real quick little snippet thing of just, hey, talk about yourself real quick, like you know, and that's it. It's like barely any effort on your part. The shooting side, I'm sure the editing took way longer. I don't envy at all when it comes to editing because
I'm not even gonna lie, the editing didn't really even take that long. Like,
really? Dang, you may all
like people always ask me, they're all like, yo, like what do you edit on? You know, it's just an app on a phone that I just really be doing. It's just like
it looked legit.
You know, like that's what I like about it, because I
had
ended up putting my homie on with it. You know,
it takes me like 15 hours to make like a 10-second like thing. Well, plus I overthink everything too.
Yeah.
So I'm confident myself. So that's part of the problem. And like I'm all self-taught when it comes to photography and editing and graphic design and stuff like that. Like literally, that's all I did was like watch master classes and have trial and error and stuff. And I still don't like using all the like little like hacks that they try to teach you to like make it go faster. I just can't. Like I have to do it myself. I don't know if it's a control freak thing, but
you just find your own way of doing it and putting
that's
your little touch on it.
Yeah, so I'm like, at least I know when I want to do something, I know like what tool I need to use now instead of just like going through every single one. Like it streamlines that. But yeah, no, you did a great job with that. I really appreciate that. And because I knew you were involved with the event anyways, I was like, when the heck did he have time to do that? He performed this time, and he's taking pictures, and he's editing, and he's interviewing. Like
I was all over the place, man. For real. Like I was for real, like just going right here, making sure I caught every performance and every artist before they left, you know. Because don't get me wrong, I will walk up on them and everything. I'll just be like, hey, yo, can I get a little interview with you quick? Of course, they'll be like, yeah, sure. And they'll say, like, what do I say? And I was just like, you know what? Just say, shout out to the event. Arizona is the most wanted kickback and cruise. Shout out your music, where I could listen to your music at. Make sure you drop your Instagram in there. And it was just those three things. And the way they performed it out, perfect.
I know, man. It was so good. Like, literally, and it was like structured, but without being like cookie cutter, if that means like each person had their own little like unique spin to it. It wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna ask these questions, I'm gonna edit this way, I'm gonna just like copy and paste type of thing. Like everything had its own spin, but yet you still, the way that you had formatted it, you could tell that that's your work type thing, you know. So it was like you even had your own little spin on it too to make sure you get your credit because you deserve it, you know. And and then when I saw you perform, I was like, what? Like, because I'm like, how do you guys do that? I'm like, shoot, I'm like, I guess I wear a lot of hats when it comes to events, but like it's other people's stuff, you know. It's like, okay, I'm helping Gordy, okay, I'm helping my partner and stuff like that. So like I don't worry about my stuff. Like I have stuff of my own that I can sell, but I choose not to just because I would overwhelm myself. But the fact that because I'm assuming that, like, I don't know if you do it at home and you practice in the mirror, whatever you do, or in the shower or whatever when it comes to performing music or whatever. But like I feel like you have to prep at least a little bit, you know. Like
I actually had experience with it, you know, like when it was hopefully Quick Car Club could forgive me on this one, but I think it was like their 21st anniversary. Forgive me. But they actually ended up throwing a party over there at the Wild Horse Pass Casino up in Chandler. So my homie Brent, shout outs to him. Like he actually introduced me to the car club. He has his own little bike in there. It's actually for my homie who passed away. Rest in peace, Anthony Cano. His bike, his name is Canicas. So like if you guys ever at the super show or whatever, something like that. I don't know if the bike is going to be there, but it's most likely that it is. Make sure to go check that out. But he brought me along with the car club and everything, and the car club actually found out that I rapped through him, and they actually asked me like, "Yo, like make us a club song real quick."
Oh
So I was just like, "Damn, like this is new, you know?
Right?
Like I never really got offered to write a song for a car club, you know." So I ended up writing the song. We'll go to the casino. And when I say it was like a big stage, you know, like big stage, all of them, it was like a picture the Grammys, like at that table type of scenery. Like everybody, every other members were just sitting in the seats, and I was just right there on stage and everything. I performed right there, you know. Don't get me wrong, like I was nervous, but I was just like, damn, I can't be nervous. Like they're here to see something, you know. So it was just like me getting the opportunities to be able to perform, like even whether it being at shows, or for other people, or just in general, like to show my friends my music. Like it was just always like I was just never stage frightened, you know. It was just always like, all right, then I'm here. I'm living in the moment at this time. Like there's no time to really be nervous about anything, you know.
That's dope.
So like again, it just took like experience after experience, you know, just to lead up to where I am, just to actually like feel comfortable enough to actually perform my music, you know. But
so that's crazy that you do all that and then you still like obviously are like mindful enough during the process to like be like, okay, I did my thing, I'm done with that. All right, now let's get back to business. You know what I mean? Like with the photography stuff, because you know it's good that like because some people could take the opportunity and be like, yeah, sure, Gordy, I'll help you, and you know, I'll do the photography shit, but then like when the opportunity comes to like be the performer or whatever, just show up for that and then forget about like why you're there in the first place. Like that could easily happen. And the fact that not only did you show up instead of just fake out completely and be that type of person, you showed up, you did what you were
what I had to do.
Yeah, what you had to do, and then it benefited you also because now you get to show off your skills as a musician and artist and whatever you want to call it, all the things you call yourself.
You know, like
performer.
I'm all in one. You know?
And then like it like double time. It's like double time for because you get to promote your photography skills, obviously too. And then obviously since he's also entrusted you with that barber event, which I know really meant a lot to him.
Yeah, it meant a lot, man.
Yeah,
like,
he said that was such a good turnout, and like you guys like how many haircuts? Do you remember how many haircuts you guys did?
Honestly, I was trying to think of that last night, but the only way I could describe it from where the door was, it just stretched to the next door down, you know. So like that line didn't end up stop moving until like a cool minute around like I want to say like 4 p.m. Hold on, what time did that event start actually? No, it started at 5. Then I think it ended up at like 7, so it didn't really start like slowing down until like probably like 6 around 6 p.m. right there. But that show was really a good turnout. Like when I say for real, like a lot of people pulled up, you know.
That's what I heard.
Like
you guys are supposed to do it again, right?
Yeah. This time I think it's going to be at another location by Royal Fates, probably more down Warner, you know, somewhere right there in that little area. I think it's on where El Dorado used to be. But when it came to that show, right, and it was ready set thing. Like funny thing about it, like I only had 1 week to promote it, so I was just like, all right, then bet, say less. Like I got the flyer on Monday, made the flyer. After Monday passed, right, that night I ended up like getting a good idea, right. I was just like, you know what, why not go to the barbershop and just record a couple of the barbers shouting out the event and letting them know like, yo, I'm your barber. If you're gonna come down over here, I'm gonna cut your hair, you know. So when I went over there on Tuesday, I got all those videos ready, right? I was recording like 3 people Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday for those 3 days, right? So 3, 6, 9, 10, 12. My bad. But so when I recorded all those people, I will come back home that same day, boom, get it edited. And by Wednesday morning, I already start throwing those videos out and me just going back to the barbershop just to record the next 3 people. And going back home, recording it, dropping those the next morning and just doing it all over again, you know. And me personally, I wasn't really trying to like benefit from it, but it was just me showing my love to them to get their clientele up and let let the people who are popping out to that show, like, yo, like these are your barbers right
Mhm.
here that work at this this location. Like,
Mhm.
I try to help them build a relationship with them, so
That's
those
good.
people are guaranteed to come back to get their hair
Right.
cutted up again. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a win-win, pretty
Exactly.
much. Like,
I think that's really important. And I think that you really, I mean, it goes to show you, like, I don't know how many repeat customers they got, but I feel like there had to be at least one at the very least, you know, that didn't about them before, maybe, and that
Mhm.
because of your video or because they did go to the event because of a flyer or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
everything is involved and everything has a purpose and
Mhm.
things happen for a reason. And I personally haven't seen a lot of people in general that are barbers, like,
Mhm.
promote their stuff, you know, like, you don't really see a lot of, like, you don't see commercials for barbers, like, really. Like, I think
I don't think I've never seen a
I don't think
commercial for a
ever.
barber.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe you can offer that service and really promote yourself because no one's doing that. So I think that
Actually made a skip right there. I was just like, yeah, this skit turned out cold.
right,
You know?
yeah. Like literally the only barber I think I know is that Wealth the barber, and I just met
Oh, yeah,
him, and that's
Wealth the
only because
barber.
he did a video for the food truck,
Yeah.
and that's like I'm like, oh dang. And also he has a crap ton of tattoos and he's hard to miss, but
Yeah.
yeah, like but he had like a
Yeah.
vibe to him. But to find out that he's a barber and stuff, like that was awesome because I never would have known that if it wasn't for the kickback event. And I
Yeah.
only was involved with that because Gordy
Gordy.
hit me up about the flyer. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So
Wait,
it all
so you be making the
connects.
flyers?
Every single one for the
Yeah, you
kickback.
be doing a good job with the flyers,
Oh,
man. Like,
thanks.
man.
Yeah, but I did the tricky event too, the tricky drive that he did in November.
November? Oh yeah.
I did that one too.
Ah,
That was my first one. That was
yeah.
my, I guess, my intro
It was a
to
little
doing
startup,
that.
you
Yeah, and
know?
apparently I
Yeah.
did a good job because then now I do all the kickbacks. I do all the vendor ones, the sponsor ones, the artist ones, and then that's why I had that picture of you to make your flyer because he had already sent me that.
I was like, how'd you get this picture?
Yeah, sneaky. It's funny because I'm gonna be interviewing Eddie Valens. Is that how you pronounce his last name? I'm not sure.
Forgive me, bro. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If anything, he has an upcoming show coming up for
Yep.
the fentanyl
Yep.
awareness.
Yeah, so
Yup.
I on his flyer for this for the
You
podcast.
did his flyer too,
Yeah, from the original one, from
Yeah.
the kickback. And he's like, oh, okay, that'll work because he's like, I don't have a logo yet. And I was like, well, I got this picture of you. He's like, oh, all right.
Hell yeah, that's my
yeah.
sidekick. Man.
Sidekick. This fool.
I'm Batman, fool. You Robin.
Nah. Sheesh. He's
Nah, I
so
was just playing
funny.
all up, man.
Yeah, no, he's wow. AZE. Okay. Yeah.
AZE, yeah.
See, that's how I know is because of the flyers.
Yeah.
Because people say that name, but I mean, I just follow him because he's on like his regular name on like Facebook
I mean,
and stuff.
you pretty much be playing a more important part than us. to be
Not
honest.
even.
Like, you be making the flyers.
Yeah,
So, like,
but you guys are like promoting it. Like I can make a flyer all day, but if no one shares it, then it's like I might as well have not made it. You know what I mean?
yeah, you know.
So and you guys show up. Like I have to have you guys be involved and be into it for me to promote you guys, to make a cool flyer, to make this event happen. So it all works out.
Hey, I
And
appreciate you.
like I said, I appreciate you because I think you and Gordy
Mhm.
and the whole team are amazing, and I just really value talent and like integrity.
Mhm.
And you don't get that a lot. And you're so quiet too, and you have a personality clearly. So I don't know if like you can get hired or if like you offer your services other than helping out the homies.
Mhm.
My dog, okay, hey, that's another one. I've done your face on flyers
Yo.
too. He's amazing and very talented as well. I think they just did a music video.
Yeah, I seen it on his story.
Yep, we saw you.
It was with, man, what's his name? Whole time I interviewed these people, man, and I'm low key forgetting their name. Anyways, yeah. They did a music video. It had Gordy's Cadillac in there.
Yep.
So, like,
Of course, yeah, freaking be all thinking he's the shit now because he's in a music video. 'Cause this fool needs a bigger head. He's freaking pretty with his little chains, his little outfits, and his little fresh fade, and his little kid that looks exactly like him. That's adorable. But she is a big help. Oh, thanks. He's my buddy. You know it's on site every
that's
time.
the boss right there, man.
Nah, shoot. We know his wife's the boss. Come on now.
Yeah.
He's just a minion that goes and does things.
Mm.
Dro.
Dro.
Is it? Yes.
Dro Low, that's his name. That's his name. Kato and Dro Low actually made a song together, and that's the music video.
Nice. That's super epic. I love it.
Fun fact about it, when I started actually coming around and I got introduced to everybody,
Mhm.
I met Gordy through his older brother. You know, rest in peace, OG
Mhm.
Silent. His oldest brother seen I could rap. You
Mhm.
know, like I was rapping, I was just running around in the hood. You know, he seen me actually rapping, and he ended up finding out
Mhm.
that I could like again rap.
Mhm.
So one day, Gordy was throwing a show up in Levine.
Mhm.
So his older brother ended up texting me that not that day, but like somewhere around that day. He was all like, "Yo, like, what you doing?" I was just like, "No, I'm just right here chilling, you know, like, what's the word?" He was all like, "Yo, like, I want you to come meet my little brother. Like, he's going to show up in Levine, and I want you to go open up for it." I was like, "All right, then, bet, easy." Like, that was actually not my first, but that was actually my first performance going to a show and actually opening up.
Dope.
So when I met Gordy right there, I ended up opening it up, you know, doing my thing, and that's when I actually got a good introduction with Gordy, and me and him were just like we kind of clicked with one another because the whole purpose of what his brother was trying to do with me, like he wasn't really trying to see me on the street no more, you know. So like when I say like I give him props heavy with it, like you don't see a lot of people doing that no more. Like if you see a little homie, you expect them like to do something else, just to, like a crash dummy, pretty much is what I'm saying, you know. But he actually seen potential in me. He was like, "Nah, I want that for you. Like, I want you to go do this so you could end up pursuing what you want to pursue." And I got a lot of love from the hood, you know. Like there's a lot of people in the hood who found out that I rapped, and they kept pushing me towards it to my full potential. Whether that be like the big homies, the OGs, or even my homies in general, they'll just be like, "Nah, fool, like, what are you doing? You feel me? Like, you fucking up, you know? Like, don't be doing that. Like, you got a gift on your hands, you know? Like, don't let that talent go to waste,
Right,
you know?"
exactly. That's
So,
awesome that they saw something in you and wanted better for you and encouraged it, because there's a lot of people that like have that self-doubt, you know, and like I don't know what your situation is, but like I feel like who doesn't want to hear someone notice something about them that they may know, but they're not sure if they should pursue it, or maybe they don't believe in themselves, or they sabotage their own happiness or their gift or whatever. So the fact that all of them supported you and they could have went the other way or whatever, like I'm glad that Gordy's brother was able to, you know, bring you out and meet him, because like even though Gordy's a little butt sometimes, like he's brought so many people together and really helped the community, not just in Phoenix, but like you said, Chandler and Levine and everything. And so like
we're actually expanding, you know, like I think that's the one thing that I enjoy the most. Like we ain't just really just like sticking in one spot. We love expanding everywhere, you know. Like I want to say like this upcoming show, we're actually looking for like a what do you call those spots? A venue.
Oh, venue. Yeah, I know that's been a problem
because
you went to indoor one now because it's gonna be
Yeah.
hot and stuff. Yeah, I know. Oh, did we share the flyer, by the way? Side note, because I know. Yes, please. Before we go, because we're about to wrap it up. Because we got actually oh gosh, Hank from High Class. He has a podcast right after mine, so I kind of have to clear a little space for him.
Yeah.
But I know it was funny because we're gonna. I don't know if you guys see it, but above the blue lowrider, like two, that's Principies. So we're gonna be there too. So when he said, because I'm like, oh, make sure you put this event that Principies is gonna do on Saturday. He's like, I already got that because you had sent it. And I was like, small world.
You know,
I didn't know you were gonna be there,
man.
Yeah, so I'll see you on Saturday. And Joey 602 gonna be there.
Joey 602. Oh no, that's Powered by Vaughn. Joey 602. Amazing artists is coming up in the valley. You know, they'll be over there performing, and so along with me too. I'll actually be right there with my 10-minute session.
Awesome! I'm gonna try to record you then, and I'll try to edit it and be like, "Look what I did." Just because, I definitely support you. What you do, I can see what the OG homies see in you, even though I don't know you. But it doesn't take all day. You know what to say? Like, what? It doesn't take all day to recognize sunshine. Isn't that like a phrase of some sort?
Real, no real, man.
Yeah. So
that's the same.
I appreciate you. I mean, I think I'm glad you came. I'm glad that hopefully more people don't forget about your show this week. Isn't what we just talked about?
Yeah, we just talked
about. Oh, was that delayed? We got it. Do you have your music out anywhere?
You could actually find me on SoundCloud and YouTube. It's Wouse, WOUSE. Those are the probably two main outlets that I probably be on. Not probably be on, but I'm mostly on right now. Later on in the future, I plan on moving my music to Spotify. So
nice.
That'll be soon.
Well, definitely when you do that, we'll make a whole to do about Jay Vengeance will too.
Performing at the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's dope. I liked his little picture that I had to edit and he's just like that. Yeah, that's why I had to put him in the middle. I was like, hey, that makes the flyers easier when people are in like yours, which is cool because it's like more of like a side profile, so it like helps with like the edges. So it works.
That's how I know you got a creative mind. Like when you see something, you already got a good idea of like what you want with it. You know.
Well, I got to like
Yeah.
Gordy's my boss man when it comes to this event, so I gotta make sure that
Everything's all good.
I gotta make sure he's like, nah, Britt, that's not how that works. Blah 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 blah. Like he'll back talk me a little bit, but he knows
Yeah.
better. And I also don't like being told what to do. Low key, like I do, but I don't. Like give me instructions, but don't boss me around. You know what I'm saying? Like let me be me, and I'll not disappoint you. Yeah.
I think that's probably like if I got advice for anybody that's actually wanted to come up into like being an artist or a photographer, the one thing that I can honestly tell you, like if you like all of this didn't really come out of nowhere, you know, it actually came from the heart. Like if you genuinely like to do something, pursue it without expecting anything in return, you know, like that just goes with life. You know, if you love something so much, you're not going to care whether you get paid for it or not, you know. And with like when you're around people, don't surround yourself with negativity, you know, because then you're just gonna be negative upon yourself, like over time, you know. But instead, surround yourself with positive people who really want the better for you, because those for real be the people that will push you to your full potential. Thank you. You know?
No problem. I knew it.
But like that's what I realized when it came to this, you know, like when I say like shout outs to my homies that be up in the city of Chandler, to my OGs, to my big homies, you know, like they for real be pushing me to my full potential, you know, and next thing you know, like here I am, like you're actually my second podcast that I've been on. So I learned from the last one, but now this one, I'm getting the hang of it, you know, but it gives me more opportunities to actually learn, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't do this without my support system.
Yeah, definitely. You know? I know it's definitely important. Like you can have your talent, you can have your drive, you can have your passion, but having a support system that pushes you to your potential, maybe give you some ideas or gives you a creative outlet to pursue your creative ideas, whether it's helping out with an event or whatever, performing at an event or whatever the case may be. Like it all helps you and your path and people like meeting along the way. Like I wouldn't have a person to fill in for the person that canceled today if I didn't meet you and you didn't get involved with these events. So
my fault, I showed up late.
No, you're fine. At least you showed up. Okay, so that's all that matters to me. It doesn't take a lot to make me happy. You showed up, you showed out, and I feel like you really brought a lot to the podcast. So it doesn't matter if you're late because you made it worth the wait.
Easy.
Hate info. But with so I think that should wrap it up because 9:00 on the dot. We gotta stay on point. But thank you all for watching, and make sure you give this a lovely man a follow and support his music and his photography career and his homies and the barbershop peoples and everybody, because it matters and what you do matters. And listen to him because he knows some stuff. How old are you, by the way?
20.
Dude, all y'all folks learn from him because shoot, you guys be messing up, you be slipping, and he's 20 years old and it's like, well, why is he on his ears and taught me some shit and I'm 37. Ew, gross. So
you can learn from anybody, man.
I'm just saying that.
These haters over here. Support system, guys. And thank you, speaking of, to the clowns in the background, and the lovely Miss Production Manager. That should get lots of props. She helps me out with my tables. I don't know if you want to say anything about podcast. Yes, I need this more than you guys even know. So yes, everybody has the opportunity to help each other out, and I'm glad I have a strong support system and an opportunity to show off my podcast skills I never knew I had, apparently. So yeah, make sure you tune into Live Ride Podcast and come to the event on Saturday at Barrio Unidos Park and say what's up to everybody. All right, so see you next week.